Hey, my name is Lawrence, also known as Larry, also known as that random man who was high on mushrooms in the public restroom at Target. Earlier this year during summer, I asked my mom for a game called Everhood because the YouTuber Penguin Z0 said it was a really cool game. And guess what? It was actually a really cool game. This game is Epic Gamer Moment Poggers PogChamp. The script is cancerous. I can't believe what I'm reading right now. But Everhood is a rhythm game where you play as Geno from Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, Red Edition. And your goal is to murder everybody who is currently alive within this universe. If you feel like it, you do have an option to not commit mass homicide, but all I'm saying is just watch out for the frog. So I just wanted to talk about everything I like about Everhood and try to convince more people to play this game, because this game is super underrated. And in addition to that, it only costs like 10 deers on Steam. And by deers I mean bucks. It's a play on words, because bucks and deers are very similar, and bucks are another word for dollars, so I replaced bucks with deers. Anyways, let's talk about Everhood. Also, this video will contain very minor spoilers for the game Everhood, so if you want to go into Everhood as a blind person, then watch the video later. But if you're fine with minor spoilers, or you just don't care, then you should watch the video. Or you cannot. I have zero control of your actions. Also, don't play Everhood if you're epileptic. You will have a seizure. Everhood's gameplay is really fun. You play as a puppet named Red who just got his arm stolen by a blue dwarf, and your goal is to get your arm back. But on your journey to get your arm back, you get into some shenanigans. A little bit of mischief. Some devious actions occur, and you end up having to fight some bad guys. But because you're missing an arm, you can't really fight back, so instead you just have to dodge until the boss fight ends. That's pretty fun, but it's like Everhood ends up taking this formula, and the game remixes itself. What I mean by this is that this game is clinically insane, and it's ever-changing. You go from dodging projectiles to playing tennis to playing The Binding of Isaac with a top-down view to playing Dungeons & Dragons to straight-up playing Mario Kart. And all these things tie into the original formula of just jumping and dodging in one way or another. So the gameplay of Everhood is really fun and unique in the way that it's constantly changing, but don't forget that Everhood's a rhythm game, so I'm going to talk about the actual rhythm part of the game. Everhood's soundtrack is creamy. The music in this game is crunchy, it melts in your mouth, and it's delectable. I like the music in this game a lot. Here are the best songs in the game, in my opinion. If you want to listen to them, you can search the name of these songs on YouTube. And there isn't much I can say about the soundtrack besides I think that it's splendid, dare I say, whimsical. Also, this game can get super difficult at some points. If you play this game on expert mode like I did, the majority of bosses will take you a handful of tries, but there are like 2 or 3 bosses in Everhood that took me somewhere between 3 or 4 hours to beat each. But one of the things that can make this game difficult are the visuals. The visuals for some of the fights in Everhood are what I see when I take too much Benadryl. I no longer need to take acid to get the experience of acid after playing this game. The developers of Everhood destroyed the acid market. The camera will go upside down, it'll start spinning in circles, your controls will get reversed, the projectiles you're supposed to dodge will start melting. It's insane, but I love it because it's so insane. The last thing I want to talk about are the characters and story. The character designs in this game are really cool, and all of the characters are likable to some extent. That's all I'm going to say about the characters because it's hard to talk about them without spoiling the game. The story of this game is really cool too. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but the normal ending to this game is absolutely amazing. The final boss takes everything great about this game and cranks it up to 7, which is actually a lot considering the limit should be like 4. So in conclusion, Everhood is really good because the gameplay is fun, the music is great, the gameplay is always changing, and the visuals are insane. I feel like I'm doing this game a great disservice, and honestly, you should just try it for yourself. It only costs like $10, and you can get it on Steam, and I think you can get it on the Nintendo Switch. That is all. Everhood, good game. I'm gonna go back to fueling my alcohol addiction.